Alright, I've ridden the new Sportster S, I've ridden the Pan America, I've ridden the Livewire, but this is my first time riding a quote-unquote real Harley. We're taking out the Harley Street Bob 114 for the first time today.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Life of Birch. This is Birch, and this thing looks sick. This orange is like the perfect Life of Birch orange, matches my helmet. I'm not saying I need to get one of these, but I might need to get one of these.
A few moments later.
Nothing about it excites me or awakens my soul, you know what I mean? Like I said, I've ridden the Sportster S, the Pan America. Both of those have the new Revolution 1250 motors in them. I took my class on a Street 500, and I rode the Livewire today, which is obviously in a league of its own. But this is my first time on a real Harley, and I gotta say, just sitting it up, it does not feel as heavy as I thought it was going to. I have no idea where the key is for this thing. Put the kickstand down and figure out what the heck is going on. Dude, if I have to ask somebody about this, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Why is this happening to me right now? Stupid question. Do you know where the key is on this?
There is no key.
Oh, there's no key. That explains why I don't see one. Oh, okay. So it has a key fob. That's interesting. And I guess for these rides, they just have it so you don't need the key fob for it. All right. So I gotta say, sitting on it, seat is nice and comfy. The controls, I feel like bring my legs up a little bit, but we'll see how that goes for the ride. And this is the first time riding with bars up this high, so we'll see how it is. The bars are like this wrinkle effect. That's pretty nice. It's a little weird because it doesn't match the rest of the bike, but whatever. Display right here is nice and futuristic. Let's start this thing up. Oh yeah, that Harley rumble. All right, visor down, and let's get it. Drop it into first, feel that clunk, and let's get going. My feet are definitely up a lot higher than I thought they would be. It's a little clunky at low RPMs and low speed. It's interesting that it doesn't have a tachometer. Not a huge deal, but something I've gotten used to. This color looks absolutely insane in the sun. I'm stoked on this. We're doing about a 6-mile lap, I want to say. Oop, let me zip that up. Should be about a 20-minute ride, if I remember correctly. Alrighty, let's see what she's got. Not a lot. First impressions so far, the foot position isn't terrible. It's just weird because my knees are up so high. I didn't expect that. I expected a little bit more room to hang out and relax. And I don't know. I know I like going fast, but I was not expecting this thing to be as slow as it was pulling out of there. I don't know. It has power, but definitely not like the throw you back in your seat power. Maybe it's because I'm not high enough in the RPM, so we'll test it out and let her breathe a little bit later on in the ride. I really like how simple the display is here. You just got your mileage, your gas, your speed, and what gear you're in. Down here you have the thing that'll show you when you're in neutral, when your turn signals are on, all that kind of good stuff. One thing that's weird about this bike is it has the left turn signal here, right turn signal here. All the bikes I've ridden have had both turn signals on one side, so brakes are good. Clunks down into gear, feels like more of a machine than anything, if that makes sense. Neutral was easy to find, so that's good. Super low seat height, which is nice because even though the bike's heavy, it doesn't feel heavy. I'm a 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, and my knees are super bent just sitting here, so that's nice. Feels like you have lots of control over the bike. I don't know a whole lot of specs about this bike, and you guys know that for my channel I don't really cover specs a whole lot because there's always somebody that's like, no, you're wrong, and I'm just not a spec guy. I'm more about how it feels, so that's exactly why we're testing it out today. Looking at that, it looks like it has ABS, so that's good. Traction control, it looks like. Your gas light is right there. Yeah, so super basic. It's a little weird coming off my Rebel and coming off of the Sportster S and the Pan America and everything that has like tons of technology packed in there, coming to something kind of bare bones like this. This is also the first air-cooled bike I've ever ridden, so just sitting here, I got a hoodie on, my leather jacket, and I can definitely feel the heat coming off this engine. Put it down into gear. Got that nice clunk to let you know it's there. It's a really nice crisp feel when you shift. It's not mushy like I found with the Sportster S. What is this guy doing? What the hell? Dude, are you kidding me? All right, let's fall back a little bit and give it some juice. It's not exciting. I will say though, this thing is super freaking comfortable, and part of me likes that my hands are up this high from the bars because like they kind of just come straight out from my chest, so you're not leaning forward getting any kind of like fatigue on your wrists or your palms. But then the other part of me feels like it's like I don't know, It's a whole new world, something to get used to, you know? Makes it feel like it's a little bit harder to handle and throw around. All right, they're speeding up and the people behind me are dropping back. Drop to third gear and... I don't know. It's comfortable, but it doesn't get the soul going, you know what I mean? Let's see. This is... Oh, it's actually a 6-speed? I don't know why I thought this was a 5-speed. We were cruising at like 60, and I was in 4th gear or whatever. Didn't feel like it was getting wrung out. So with 6th gear, I could definitely see how it'd be super comfy to cruise at like higher speeds on road trips and stuff. Nothing about this bike excites me yet, but I could see how it would be like a good candidate for taking like long trips and things like that. I'm just more of like a going to grab coffee, back roads kind of guy. So it's not getting my heart pumping or my soul moving. Definitely feels more agile and lighter and more nimble than I thought, but you can still definitely tell that it's like a 600 something pound machine. 2nd gear. Yeah, I don't know. It makes a lot of noise, but doesn't really go anywhere. I could see myself owning one of these when I was like 50, but right now it's just not getting the birch juices flowing, you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
And I'm sure you'd get used to it after a while, like as you get used to the bike and everything, but it's just weird not having a tachometer, having to like feel out what gear I should be in. I feel like I find myself shifting up and down more than I want to. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but he just hit that bump hard on the Sportster and like bounced off the seat. So this bike is nice for just cruising around and like going on trips, it seems, but there's nothing in it that is like awakening my inner hooligan, which might be a good thing, but for me it's like, I don't know, I'm not on a bike to fall asleep and be comfy. I'm on a bike to have a frickin' blast and like have my soul waking up. Waking up? I don't know, you know what I mean. This just isn't tugging on my heartstrings. I wish it was because it looks sick, but it's not. It's also interesting that the gear indicator only works when the clutch is out. Is that what it seems like? Let's see. Yeah, as soon as the clutch comes all the way out, that's when the gear indicator comes on. That's really weird. And then you shift and it takes a second to like register what gear it's in. So I guess it's like doing it based off of the RPMs and engine speed to determine what gear it's in. But it's just weird that it's not immediate. And like I bet if I pulled in the clutch right now, it'd go away. Yeah, as soon as you pull in the clutch, the gear indicator goes away. That's really strange. Very, very weird. Now, I will say that I like the position of the mirrors. With the bars this high and the mirrors above my hands, I literally don't even have to take my eyes off the road. I can just kind of glance side to side and see everything behind me. You got a great field of vision. The bike is super comfy and super practical, but that's really all I can say about it, I guess. Got a big bump. Oop. Ate it up like it was nothing. Got another bump. Ate it up like it was nothing. This thing is like a couch on wheels. This is like a retirement bike, you know what I mean? Keep in mind I'm 31 and I like to do some hooligan stuff, so everything I'm saying might not apply to you. Maybe it's a great bike for you. For me, it's just not speaking to me. But if nothing else, it gets super big brownie points just for the color of it, because I can't get over how sick this looks. I gotta say, I'm not an old man. I'd like to think I'm youthful and sprite. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Like, I'd like to think that I'm very limber, but I'm starting to get a pain in my like left lower back just from the position that I'm like folded in with my legs up this high. The rear brakes I feel like aren't great. I said the same thing about the Sportster. I don't know if it's just like what I'm used to or what, but it feels like you gotta hit the back brakes pretty hard for them to do anything. Front brakes are good enough. Nothing to write home about. I don't know, man. Like, it has power, but it's not throw you back in the seat power. It's like wait 2 business days for delivery kind of power. It's not exciting. All right, we're turning here. I hate to say this is the first time I've used the turn signals, but this is the first time I've used the turn signals. I don't know if this one has the self-canceling turn signals, but for the price of it, it better. So we'll take this turn and see if it does. Find neutral. Boom. First try once again. That's nice. Just sitting here, you can see how much the bars are shaking. Typical Harley activities. You can barely see out of the rear view mirrors. Putting onto it, you don't really feel a whole lot of vibration though. It's not like gonna rattle your hands numb, which is interesting because you can hopefully see from the video how it's just like shaking all over the place. I wish I had a secondary angle of this so you guys could see how well this bike matches my helmet. I probably look super badass right now, honestly. The only way I can describe this bike is it's just like mechanical. Like, it just feels like just so like mechanical, and everything just clunks and like you can just feel everything. No bells and whistles, but it gets the job done, I guess, you know? Every time I come by here, something smells sweet. Oh, flavor and fragrance specialties. That's hilarious. That's what it is. Every time I come by, it smells like something different, and I'm like, is it like a taffy factory? Are they making like saltwater taffy or something? But it's literally a flavor and fragrance shop. That is hilarious. All right, so it's interesting. You probably can't tell right now, but to push down the rear brake, it goes down pretty far in order to start doing anything, but then the shift peg is like all the way up here. One of your feet is angled up, the other foot's angled down. It's just funky. I almost stalled it out. I would have looked like an idiot. All right, we're about to take this turn onto the highway where the dealership is, and this is the turn where I power wheelied the Pan America. So we'll get onto it on this bike a little bit as well, and I can guarantee it will not power wheelie, but we'll kind of see more of what it's all about. That guy looked like he wanted to pull out. Yeah, I don't know. This bike just is not exciting. Oh, but I did just notice it does have self-canceling turn signals. So once again, that's a good thing to have, because obviously if this is minutes later and I'm just now remembering to check, that's why I leave my turn signals on all the time. I'm gonna miss that feature when I get back on my Rebel. All right, we're pulling back into the dealership. The test ride on this was just meh. It's a nice bike. I can see why people like it. Good for longer trips, bare bones, typical Harley, but nothing about it excites me or awakens my soul, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It looks sick. It is definitely not for me though. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this first ride video. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have one of these bikes, let me know how you like it. If you think I'm an idiot, let me know. Maybe you love your bike and there's stuff that I got wrong, whatever. Either way, I feel like riding a bike for me is about like waking your soul up, you know what I mean? Like having a bike speak to you, and this bike did not do it for me, but it does look sick. So anyway, that's gonna do it. Like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, all that other good YouTuber stuff. Love you guys. Peace.